Lexi, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me? We're back again for another one. Footy Talk Settings Months. What you telling me, bro?
Nah, man, I'm feeling good, man. I just watched because obviously we didn't get to speak about too many stuff. A lot of things has happened. I feel good, man. I feel good. Couple bombs, you know what I'm saying? I popped into the chat the other day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Liverpool are finally starting to act like a big club. Let's just see if we see it through. You know what I'm saying? Got a big game coming up as well. I can't wait to see that. And yeah, man, I'm good. I can't complain.
What were we referring to? I mean, like a big club. What were we referring to?
Obviously, contacting the likes of Florian Wirtz's camp and whatnot. I feel like that's
never getting in, but I hear it though.
That's hey, listen, man, you got to be in the conversation to have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it,
bruv. You know what I mean? But sometimes people invite themselves into conversations that don't concern them, blood. I've been in plenty situations where man are giving me their 2 pence and I don't want it. You know them way there. So I don't know.
I hear it. But obviously, you know what it is when a team, like as I said, when obviously Man United and Cunha, stuff like that, I feel like probably will happen. Liverpool and Frimpong, I feel like that will happen. You know what I'm saying? There's no smoke without fire. You know, I'm glad there's interest, and I'm glad we're not just doing, you know, to be fair, what I will say is sometimes it's better when you hear nothing. Sometimes it is better when you hear nothing.
I agree.
Because then sometimes your team just comes out with the players just like holding the shirt. And everyone's just kind of like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? But what I feel like is, for me, it's the intent that matters. Because if you don't get the player, but show the intent, I can at least say, I can leave the board out of arguments when I'm having a debate with someone.
Right.
If I'm aiming for a target, I don't have to choose who I'm throwing. Nah, it's your fault or it's your fault. If the club are showing intent, then I can't really complain as much as probably I would do when it comes to my board. Liverpool have been in 2 positions of power of recent years, and we've struggled to try and dominate, and we've struggled to I'd say we've chosen, because it was that blatant that we've chosen not to strengthen. You know, we haven't strengthened after 2 positions of power, and now we've been given a third opportunity, winning one of the big 2, and now we have a position to strengthen when a lot of the other teams, let's be honest, are down and out. Tottenham, down and out. Man United right now are down and out. You know, Chelsea struggling. Man City spent 200 million in January just to do fucking all and stay where they are. Arsenal, pretty much just Arsenal. So at this point now, this is one of the best opportunities to show intent. So baby steps. I'm just glad the club's showing intent, you know, and the fact that Trent is gone, that's most of our creativity gone. So that means me seeing my club heavily linked with Cherky, linked with Javi Simons, and now Florian Wirtz as of yesterday, shows me that the club are putting in some sort of they're bringing some sort of intent to replace the creativity that we've just lost in abundance. And that's the right direction for me. And I'm very critical of the board, So, you know, if you lose creativity in one position, you don't necessarily have to replace it in the same position. Hence why I feel like we're looking for a 10. And for all you sobbers, like sexuals, yeah, for all you sobbers like sexuals that told me that the manager loves this guy in the 10, well, talk now, blood. Because we've now been linked to 3 10s. 3 10s. You're telling me this manager's happy with this guy playing in the 10? You're telling me he's happy? He's happy. You look me in the eye and tell me that Slot is happy with sobbers like the 10. But you want to call me mad and say I have an agenda. No. If I have an agenda, tell the manager that. Say Slot has an agenda as well, because it's not just me. Sorry, now carry on. That's my thing, innit?
You're right, bro. Listen, I'll be real, yeah. The fact that you're linked with multiple creative players, I think it bodes well for what the manager's trying to do. Do you know what I mean? If you get 2 new fullbacks, your defense looks good. Do you know what I mean? And if you get a creative player, then yeah, you look decent. I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But I hear what you're saying, where it's nice to be linked with the right kind of players, whether you get them or not. At least it, like you said, it shows intent. It shows that the direction that they're going in is potentially a good one. That's one thing I would say. But it's a long way to go, bruv. Nah, I think that Florian Wirtz probably doesn't even end up in England, bro. I know he's been linked with Man City, bro. If he ends up at Man City with Tijani Reinders, everyone's fucked. It doesn't matter what you do. I'll be honest. And it's one of them things where Frimpong you've been linked with, and also Kirkes seems like that deal was kind of done from earlier, and that's gonna happen. If you get them two very attacking, two attacking fullbacks, it's very promising. I can't lie. Like, I can't see you not playing a decent brand of football if you've got them two, because they're going to be very attacking. So, and
Bradley's quite attacking as well.
Yeah, Bradley is attacking. So if you get these guys, by all means, bro, it's a statement of intent by Arne Slot and Liverpool. And to be fair, he's gonna need to perform. Sounds real weird, but I think he's gonna need a better season next season than this season to win the league.
Yes, that's not weird, because I feel like with Rodri coming back, Tijani Reinders looking like he's on his way to Man City. Like, listen, even if City don't get Wirtz, even if it was to get Morgan Gibbs-White, even if there was any 10 with them 2 in the midfield.
Yeah, Morgan Gibbs-White would cook at City, and he would give them a bit of industry as well, because I think City are a bit like,
even if they came in,
they're a bit soft, Man City. You know them ones. Like, when you look at Man City, they got no You know, they ain't got no real steel
The
about
bite,
them.
yeah, the
Yeah,
bite,
they
the
got
bite.
no bite. Like you look at this Man City team, they're just too pretty for, and there's just there's no grit in that team, innit? And Gibbs White is he's not your typical Man City signing. You know, like when they
Yeah.
signed Gareth Barry and that, and even Gareth Barry was a baller, bro. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm.
Gareth Barry on paper weren't a Man City player. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need
Nah.
a player that's
Even
not really,
Fernando, not
yeah,
Fernandinho,
yeah,
Fernando. Yeah,
sometimes you need players that ain't really. Same with Fabian Delph. Sometimes you just need players that ain't really like they're not the usual kind of player, but they bring something different to the squad.
yeah. I think personally, I think that
Hmm.
even if they like, I don't think it really matters, but what 10 they go and get. Like, let's say they stock move for Cunha, because Cunha's kind of a 10/striker. He plays both.
Cunha to United's a done deal. I'll be real. Like
I
it's a done
think
deal.
that's pretty much done. As I said, that one's advancing, kind of like how we speak about like the Kirkers deal. That's the
I
deal
think
that
that's
you've
been
been
done.
hearing stuff. But let's just say, just for continuity's sake, that they went for like a Cunha or they went for like a Morgan Gibbs White. I don't think the mold of 10 matters, just because you've got that Rodri build. And then you've got Reinders, who Reinders is now playing as a box-to-box player for Milan. He's pushed forward kind of more for Milan because Benacer has went to France. Benacer has gone to France in it. So he's had to kind of take responsibility in kind of, goals and assists. And I think Reinders actually even has 15 goals this season, even anyway. I'm pretty sure his numbers
he's a good box crasher, Reinders.
Yeah.
I think people look at him and they think he's just a tidy player on the ball, but he does have attacking threat, bro. I think he's underrated, bro. I think he's one of the top midfielders in the world.
He's top, man. Genuinely top. And I feel like his ability to kind of play, he's technical enough to play in the 6 and dictate a game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's no slouch. He's got a bit of bite to his game. I think he's also creative enough to play in the 10, and he's robust enough to play as an 8. Who does that remind you of? Ilkay Gundogan.
Perfect replacement.
But Ilkay Gundogan comes back fat after every international break. I don't think Reinders is
perfect replacement for Reinders has got them Asian genes in it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like he's that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's proper. I can't lie, bro.
That's what, So that's a sign in for me. Where I was just like, I can't lie.
15 goals, 8 assists is decent.
I definitely dash my hat. I definitely dash my hat when that one comes to you.
You know what's crazy about the Reinders thing and what pisses me off? You know when people say, "Oh, he's not for sale." Everyone's for sale. My man just signed a new deal, bro. And people were saying, "Oh, he's not for sale. He just signed a new deal."
Nowadays, that don't mean nothing if man.
Everyone's for sale, bro. Most of the time when people sign new deals, there's a release clause in it. You know what I don't pay attention to this just signed a new deal shit. Like even Javi Simons, he's just been signed for like 80 million euros or something. And people are talking like he could be on the move for the right amount of money. So considering someone just spent 80 mil on him and there's still chat of him moving again, it shows you in football that whether a player's just moved doesn't mean anything. Whether a player's just signed a new deal doesn't mean anything. If you cut through with the right amount of money, man are listening, bro. And I don't rate Javi Simons like that, bro. He's been linked to Man United. Bare times don't want him.
Don't want him. You don't rate him.
I don't really rate him. I told man just looks like another fucking Jesse Lingard to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I rated Jesse Lingard, but like Jesse Lingard won 80 million euros. Like when
okay. So it's for the price. So the player is not necessarily the issue. I think
he's a good player, but I think that he's overrated. No, he's overpriced.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think he's a good player, good technical
That's
player,
the case
man.
of a lot of players this year. I feel like
Joao Pedro, I think he's massively overpriced because of his trajectory in the game. Do you know what I mean? Because he was a wonder kid. You know what I'm saying? And then he moved, and then he done the PSG thing, then the Leipzig, and the man done the yo-yo thing in it. But because his name was elevated so highly from such an early age that it's automatically pushed his price up. You know what I mean? And this is the problem. The Barca
isn't that a few players? I think that's a few players now, man.
But who in the modern game has been as highly touted as this guy? Like, bro, Barca and PSG, your first couple moves and that, like, that's mad.
If we're talking the La Masia project, then I understand with that.
That's mental, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So, because of the Barca PSG thing, the back and forth stuff from such an early age, from a teenager, it's like the expectation of where his ceiling was supposed to go has pushed his price through the roof. He should never
Kind of
be
like the
going for 80.
Odegaard thing, really, isn't it? Where he was like Real Madrid at 15.
But Odegaard never went for 80 million euros though. Do you know what I mean? I think Arsenal got Odegaard for what, like 50, 60?
No, at least like 30 million.
What, euros or what?
Odegaard was cheap.
If they got him for 30 million, that's crazy. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Odegaard was cheap, man.
When I look at Xavi, I don't see a player that's worth more than 50 million.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't see a player that's worth more than 50 million euros.
I don't know. I just feel like with that, the Simmons thing, I feel like
I don't think he's rubbish though.
No. He's a good player.
He's overpriced.
He's a good player, and I think being overpriced is so normalized, man. I look at guys like Joao Pedro being priced at 100 million. I just give it a rest, man. I give it an actual rest. Like, and I rate Joao Pedro.
One. He's a 50 million max, and even that, based on what he's done in the game, it's not even worth 50 million.
Exactly, but he's still a player where in the right build and our top team, he could flourish. Like you can just tell the elegance that he carries, and it's just about what team brings more. But I feel like I was having a conversation the other day, and I feel like, you know, when it comes to this transfer window stuff, Rants, I think people we've not necessarily maybe me and you, but a lot of people are falling into this notion where a player has to fit a team like that. Like it has to be like this. It has to fit the puzzle perfectly. You know, when Arsenal fans talk about Gyökeres, Sesko, or whoever it might be who they want to fit, it has to be perfect for the build. Yeah. What happened to it going like this and the manager's being good enough to go like that? Yeah. What happened to that? He can't hold. He holds up the ball, but you know but he's not really good against a low block. What happened to a manager figuring out a way for a striker to be effective in a low block, even though he's not necessarily, like that might not be his core strength? What happened to that? I'm confused. Like,
I would argue that that's not. But I would argue that that's not even like that's neither here nor there. My thing is, the system is supposed to provide opportunities for the players, not the other way around. But it is the other way around nowadays. But it shouldn't be, because if I'm a manager, I'm not looking at a player and saying he's not good against low blocks. I'm saying when we play against a low block, how are we approaching this game? Because if the team are approaching the game in a certain way, and I'm providing opportunities for this guy, he's not going to have a choice but to put the ball in the net, because the ball is going to be in areas where he has to score, bro. I'm going to make it so different. I'm going to make it harder to not score than to score. And that's what you do when you're playing against a low block. You have to know who you have in and around the area. The best way to beat low blocks is by moving the ball quickly. That's it, bro. When you get to the edge of the box, it needs to be 1-2 touches. It can't be 3 touches, sideways, touch, head up, have a look, play it down. Because then all that happens, you end up doing the U-shaped thing. When you get on the edge of the box, it needs to be give, go, boom, 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 boom. That's how you move these things. Like it's not rocket science, bro. Like it's not rocket science at all. There's no such thing really as a striker that's not good against a deep block.
It's like, do you know what it is? It's like players. This sounds so mad in my head. It's like, you know how managers are supposed to get the best out of players? It's like now players are being signed to get the best out of the manager.
But this is the Man United situation right now. Man are talking about get fucked, bro. Saying a player's not good against deep blocks, that's like saying a boxer's only good on a punch bag, bro. He's not good when he gets hit back. Like what does that mean? If you're not good when you get hit back, you're not a good fighter. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make no sense, bro. Like, if you can't play football when you've got no space, you're not a good footballer. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the best footballers can play minimum space, minimal amount of touches. If you need loads of touches and loads of space to play football, guess what? You're just not that good. And that's why when I look at players like Bellingham and all these guys, that's why I don't rate them. Because, bro, as a footballer, unless you can play in a 6x6 square, you're not good. Newsflash. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is just what it is, bro. That's just what it is. Because football in its purest form, is chaotic, bro. When man are playing in a cage, brother, we used to play 4 football matches in a cage in between other football matches. We're playing our match. 3 other men are playing their matches, and their players are running on your pitch, while you're playing. Man couldn't say, I can't play because there's too many people in the way, bro. You work it out, bro. Yeah, bare man running across your pitch, you know. Bare man, other footballs flying across, and we're still playing our game. Like,
Word,
what
word.
are
How
you
about this?
talking?
Sometimes without even bibs, you got to remember who's on your team.
No bibs, bro. It was shirts
No
versus
bibs.
blazers, and sometimes it wasn't even shirts versus blazers. You just knew who was on your team, bro.
Yeah, you knew who's on your team, innit? From when
Come
you
on,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
And but man are telling me that in football, if he doesn't have space, he can't play. If you can't play without space, you're not good in it. Because the best players don't need space. They make space, they find space. That's what it is. If you need acres of space to play football, you're not very good, bro. Period. That's it. Like, we can do all the nuances. Some players are P and they're more athletic and all these other things. Nah, bro, football don't work like that. Because when you come up against a deep block, what happens? What happens? A deep block is what most teams should play if they're scared of losing. Do you know what I mean? That's like, I can only score if they give me space. Well, bro, if you give shit players space, they can score goals once. If you give Harry Maguire space in the box, he'll score.
He'll do what he did in the Europa League. You know what I'm saying? Open a
Well, there you
decent
go.
cross. But
Anyone can score in space.
that's my thing. Like, I think there's less, like, the managers are trying to, it's like, cool, you're gonna play my way regardless if your strengths lie elsewhere. And this is where a lot of signings aren't working. A lot of signings aren't making sense because it's all like, and I don't want to say it's not like it is all about the players, but it's also all about the manager. But you need to have a blend of both, and that blend is leaning way too close to the managers. So when we're talking about like players, like when I hear things about how's Frimpong gonna work at Liverpool? You know, personally, I'm not sure how it's gonna work at Liverpool because it's something different to what we've been used to over the last 7 years. But that do you know who that's down to? The manager.
Work
It's
it
down
out,
to
find a way, bro. And I'm
it's
sure
down to the manager. Like,
right.
when you're looking at Frimpong, what are his strengths? He's fast. He's got a decent delivery. He's not that great defensively, but he's got a great take on. He's great at take-ons.
He's direct.
And he's very direct.
Yeah.
Cool. So how do you utilize him? Do you use him like Trent and get into invert? No, but some managers would be dumb enough to go and get, like we've seen him with Maresca. You look at Gusto and go, how'd you get the best out of Gusto?
You let him overlap.
Outside, get him on the byline, outside, overlap, deep delivery, get him up and down the pitch. Some guys will look at him and go, all right, I want my wing backs to invert. So whether you're good at it or not, you're gonna invert.
Correct. That's not coaching, bro.
That's not brother. Like, see what I'm saying? So when you look at someone like Frimpong, who, let's be honest, I feel like that deal is very close to being done. You look at that and go, cool. How are we going to use Frimpong's, like, cool, he's not, no one is Trent going forward in the final third for me. No, on that right side, there isn't a right back that is like Trent. The closest one for me is probably like a Pedro Porro in terms of the style of delivery and whatnot. But if you have a player like Frimpong, we're going to lose a lot from Trent, but that doesn't mean Frimpong can't be utilized in his own way. So now, all of a sudden, Mo Salah is going to have an overlap because Mo Salah's not going to be doing that.
And to be honest, Mo
Salah doing that years ago, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Because if Mo Salah gets an overlap, then it makes him dangerous again.
Yeah, this is my point. Right, it's like there's so many times. How many times this season in the bigger games have we seen Mo Salah get faced up by 3 defenders and he either does the Trivela, tries to do the Trivela, or he tries to dink it back post? Because he's not going to go through 3 players, bro. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. But the second, we know this. I don't have to break down how our overlap works because we've all played football. We've all played the game, innit? But him having an overlap, as you said, it makes Salah dangerous again and it puts him closer to the goal. Because if Frimpong actually moves like almost a right winger, because Liverpool are going to operate where we want most of the ball. If we want most of the ball, the fullbacks are going to be pretty much like wingers. And
in build up, he'll say fuck the build up and he'll just get forward straight away.
Yeah. That's it. And it's another threat outside of Mo Salah and Diaz and Gakpo, whoever it is that are playing in the front line. So for me, if you get Salah, that's why when people say, cool, Frimpong isn't great defensively, but Trent's not been great defensively. We still won.
Brother, at the end of the day, he's no worse defensively than Trent, but he's quicker than Trent. Do you know what I'm saying?
So that will bail him out more.
Yes, he's got the recovery pace, and also it's gonna give more space for Mo Salah to drift where he wants to drift, which is towards the goal, which is inside the pitch, because he doesn't have to hold the width. So I think it benefits Salah, bro.
It does. That's what I'm saying. This is why I feel like I trust the manager, because even though you look at a right back position, you wouldn't really say Frimpong's a right back, but you go, cool, we have Bradley for the games where you might want a conventional balanced right back. And then you have Frimpong when you're going to say, fuck it, it's all out attack thing. You know what I'm saying? You've given yourself the option. Let's be honest, it's not costing much. What, 40 million euros, 29 million pounds, and it's paid over 6 million a year, 7 million a year. So the risk factor is very low. It's about how do we get the best out of Mo Salah while finding a signing that can replace Trent's creativity, which is why you're looking at a Javi Simons, why you're looking at a Florian Wirtz, why you're looking at a Ryan Cherky. This is why I said, Rants, I'm happy with the intent thus far. Now, intent isn't going to get you the player only. You know what I'm saying? Intent isn't going to only get you the player. And by the end of the window, if I'm still telling you intent, then there's something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? But before the window's open at this moment, I'm happy to see that there is some sort of vision in kind of what we want to do with the wing backs to free our attackers up again. Because let's be honest, if Salah has a bad game, Liverpool have a bad game going forward. It's as simple as that. That's the bottom line.
Even if Salah has a bad game, he still ends up recording something.
Yes, yeah, but there's still games where he doesn't record anything. Yes, very rare, but that can cost you. That happens in a cup game, you're out the cup. We saw it in Champions League. That happens in the cup game, you're out the cup.
And I don't think Frimpong's a risky signing because Frimpong's cheap, bro. Is that 30 mil?
Yeah. And we're playing it. It's a release clause.
Yeah, he's going to cost what Dorgu costs.
Over 4 years.
Yeah.
We're paying it.
So Dorgu's going to cost and you'll go above the release clause and you're playing in installments, bro. It's smart.
Yeah. And it's basically a carbon copy of the Diaz, the Thiago deal. 25 million paid over 5 years. Basically.
And this as well, you're right. In certain games, you can change to a free back if the manager wants to do that. I don't know if Arne Slot's got any previous dabbling with that formation, because if
in game against Nottingham Forest, Grav went centre back and be through the kitchen sink. That was a free back.
See that cooks. You know what I'm saying? But then that's brilliant, because then you can become even more direct. So I don't think it's a risk. I don't think it's a risk from Frimpong. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's from the City Academy. He knows the country. He's homegrown. It's an easy adaptation process. I can't lie, bro. I think it's the perfect replacement for Trent. I think it's the perfect replacement for the simple fact that he wants to be in England, clearly, because he's been linked with loads of teams in this country. He's been linked with us even. Like, it's clear that he wants to come back. There's Dutch players
as well, man. I always see him.
There's Dutch players at Liverpool already. You got a Dutch manager. You've got Dutch players like Verge, like Gravenberch. Do you know what I mean? Like Gakpo. Do you know, bro? I'll be honest, it's the most common sense for all parties, in it. Like, it's the most common sense. He'll want to play for Liverpool because he's got Bridgens there. Also got a Dutch manager. The manager will obviously know a lot about him, will know his strengths and weaknesses already. It's, to be honest, it's not a deal that can go wrong, in my opinion.
Do you know what I say as well? I don't think we've had enough speed demons of recent, you know. And sometimes in the team, bro, you just need a man that's just lightning quick. Like, realistically, apart from Sadio Mane and Salah, when they were 25, 26, when's the last time you've just had a man who is just burn? It's like pure.
No, I hear it, but Diaz was a bit like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Before Partey tucked his knee in, Diaz had that. But even now, I think Diaz is more quicker when he runs with the ball. And Gakpo, for me, is quick, but doesn't really like to run. If you look at his style, compared to his frame and how he plays, he's very much ball to feet, even though he's someone who probably would excel in behind. Like, I know people say Nunes is lightning. Nunes is lightning, but he's crap.
Yeah.
He's crap. So, but in terms of real, I'm talking decent and lightning quick. We haven't really seen much of that. You know, like, you know, that early Rashford, when Rashford was lightning.
Yeah, when he was wetting, and he don't even do that no more, bro. Like, there's not players like that in the league no more. Like, Doku's got an element of that. Do you know what I mean? At times.
Yeah. Savio's wetters, you know, but he's just very.
But he's a close control player. He's not. He's not going to do that.
He's not going to utilize that. So in terms of, it's nice to have some P&P back in the team. Like, as I said, apart from Mo and Mane, when they were in their pomp, like, I'm really going back further. I'm thinking Origi 2015 before Funes Mori broke his ankle. Daniel Sturridge before his hamstrings exploded. Outside of that, I'm kind of struggling, really. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of real, raw speed. You could say Robbo. Robbo was when Robbo first signed, he was mad quick.
Robbo was an engine. I wouldn't say that
Yeah.
he was mad quick, but Robbo had
Yeah,
that Gerard kind of up and down the pitch kind of like robustness. He was
Yeah.
like a serious athlete, like up and down,
Mhm.
didn't get tired, and he was a powerful runner. I wouldn't say he was out and out mad pace, but he was a powerful runner. Like once he was gone, like it's effort keeping up with him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was like that. How can I say? You know, on FIFA, what's like 84 pace, 85.
Yeah. Like it's not scary, but if he gets away from you, you're not catching him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People, I mean, yeah, you could say VVD before the ACL, but he's a centre back, so it's a bit different, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Klopp built that team on athleticism anyway from early.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you knew what it was. Like what?
But yeah, it's good
stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
If Liverpool are interested in him, yeah, where are they interested in playing him, bro?
Yeah, because if you're, maybe it counteracts going and getting and overspending for a 10. Because let's be honest, if it works, you'll get it's 100. It's 90.
Because he plays kind of as a 10 at Brighton, but they kind of play 2 10s, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
when Welbeck's not there, he'll play up top. But when Welbeck plays, he'll play like as a second striker.
But this is what I'm saying. So for me, when I look at him, I see him as a Kai Havertz for Arsenal. Like if he goes to Arsenal, Arsenal play him up front. I don't believe they play him in midfield. Do you see what I mean? Even though he's a midfielder, I see him as a player that they probably try to play up front, which would back my opinion that Arteta does not want a striker, bro, because he likes the extra player in midfield. He likes the overload in there. So Joao Pedro is the, I don't know. He's the Ryan Cherkis of Kai Havertz's, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like this, but this is why, like, I think Odegaard is struggling because he's had to drop deeper as an 8 from being a 10. And then when he's asked to create, Kai Havertz is there. And when Kai Havertz was injured, Gabriel Jesus was there, another false 9. And then when both of them were injured, who did they put up front? Mikel Merino, hold up, target man, in the spaces that you kind of want someone who's going to run. Like, for me, I saw a little bit of a glimpse of the old Odegaard in that second half against us, where as soon as Martinelli went up front and he started running in behind, it didn't even have to be good runs. Odegaard started coming alive again. He started, he started driving with the ball and putting that ball in behind. So I think when you look at, and that's not to say Kai Havertz can never do that, because Kai Havertz's position is positioning actually, he picks up decent positions, even as a more of a false 9 build. It's just kind of what comes after that. That's a bit of the issue.
Yeah, but Kai Havertz makes some really good deep runs, but his finishing is poo.
He's not he's so far from a killer.
He's not a finisher, but he likes to make these. They end up being third man runs because he drops so deep in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's got the intelligence to get into the areas, but he's
but that doesn't bring the best out of their captain. And as I said, when you're when you got guys who are, because Kai Havertz does spin in behind some. That's why I feel like Odegaard with Kai Havertz isn't as bad as like Marino and Odegaard. Because Marino's not gonna, he's gonna be like, his frame is gonna be square most of the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And Odegaard ain't running beyond him. He's not running beyond him. Let's be honest. He's not gonna run beyond him.
Yeah, and if you got Odegaard, you need a striker that's playing side on and trying to.
Yeah, a bit of both.
Yeah,
bit of both or on the last shoulder. That's why I do think Gyökeres is a good fit. But I think Gyökeres would be a good fit for a lot of teams.
But Gyökeres ain't a good fit off the ball for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem.
I think it will be up to the manager to find the spaces for Gyökeres. But that's why I feel like Arteta is such a control freak. If they was to go get Gyökeres, would he be like, Gyökeres, you're going to play this way? Because rather than going, all right, we've got a striker who, if you play his way, is going to get 30 goals. He's not going to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I said that's the problem with some of the management these days. You look at, cool, you got a 30-goal season striker, but you're going to want him to play your way, and he scores 12 goals, and he's the problem. But yeah, I think going back to Joao Pedro, I gravitate to Ekitike more because I feel like Ekitike is more likely he's more versatile to be the last man, play as the last man, be a hold up if you need to, and run in behind, and be a danger in the air. And look, like
I think people are not sure about his physicality, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? In the Premier League,
I think he's fine, man. I think he's fine, man. I think Ekitike, I think Joao Pedro's obviously proven, but Joao Pedro don't really like to get too dirty either.
No, he
Like,
doesn't. He doesn't.
you
But he knows what it's like to do it.
Yeah.
He's walking the walk, innit? With Ekatike,
Mhm.
he looks very technical. He looks very talented.
It's similar to similar to Joshua, isn't it? So
Yeah, but the difference between him and Xerxes, yeah, is about 3 stone.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Xerxes
saying?
like
That's the
more
difference.
stubborn.
Xerxes is a solid brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Like proper,
Yeah.
like Nigerian build. Like he's cool. This Ekatike, yeah, is built
Streamline.
like Carney blood. You know them ones. And the thing
But
is,
them man aren't always weak though. Do you see them
no,
Groot
they're not
looking man?
always
Them
weak.
them Groot looking man.
Yeah, bro,
You give
listen,
him a firm arm, it might be a
yeah,
thin arm.
bro.
But it will cut you.
They're not always like lightweight. There's sometimes them man got them titanium bones where they look like we're lightweight, but they're not. Like Isak, bro. Isak is mad. He's mad strong and powerful. He looks bare skinny, but he's got the skinny man strength, innit? Like I hear it. But the thing is with Ekatike, I just don't know because the Bundesliga, yeah, is the least physical league in Europe. Like it's a soft man league, bro.
Man,
Like
I'm
there's
saying
no
John Jones
physicality.
elbows. So John Jones elbows. is
There's no
crazy.
physicality, you know, like
Like,
none whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like,
I just he's more he's built like Isak. He's not built like he's more Isak's build than obviously Xerxes build, but it's a similar style, more stylistic to Xerxes. But I think, as I said, some group man, as I said, like Joe Matip and that, they just turn out to be, bro. As I said, like Xerxes will hit you with his arm and you'll get knocked out. Ekatike will hit you with his arm and you'll cut you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm built like a toothpick, bro.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? One's the Terminator, one's the T.
Blade elbows, blood. You know?
Yeah, one's the T1000. The other one's made out of vibranium, bro. That's just what it is. So I feel like I just would feel like for Liverpool, from a Liverpool standpoint, I'd need someone to occupy the striker build more if we're looking at a creative 10. If you're looking at a creative 10, let the 10 be creative. Don't go get me a false 9. You know, because if we're gonna go and get someone like Florian Wirtz, Ryan Cherky, then unfortunately you might as well keep Darwin Núñez. Might as well keep him. Don't sell Darwin Núñez.
Wouldn't you say that with Darwin, the managers, it comes across to me that the
he's done it. Yeah,
he's like him, bro. I can't lie. The managers don't rate this guy.
Yeah, he's done. He's done, bro. He's finished. You know what I'm saying? Núñez put out the tweet, then deleted it. He's done, bro. He's finished.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I just think a false 9. If we're gonna grab a false 9, then Wirtz is gonna have to play that 8 role, which isn't mad. That's not a madness. But that's when you look at Wirtz's physicality and you go, what are you gonna need from him physically? And was Szoboszlai a better fit anyway? Then if you're looking at physicality, you know, and do we just put McAllister further forward so there never an issue to begin with? This is the thing. This is why I think the striker 10 mode is very like cool. What are we gonna do? Because as I said, we're gonna have now another crosser of the ball who can cross the ball, but he's probably gonna go for take-ons and low crosses. That's more Frimpong style. Salah's gonna be closer to the striker. Now, where does this is where I go, do you want your striker getting 30? Or are you happy for Salah to get 30 and your striker to chip in and help create creativity?
Salah's getting 30. You don't need a striker that's getting 30.
This is why I said getting an Ekatike isn't the maddest thing, because Ekatike is still going to chip in a way where he'll get enough goals, but he's not going to, you know, I feel like there'll be a balance. I even think that Diaz in the false 9 hasn't been that bad. I don't think it's a consistent choice that you die on.
Couldn't have been that bad, bro. You won the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And even in the champs, Diaz was getting good numbers in the champs. Because also remember, in European football, you can get away with playing these wingers in the middle. Look at what France have been doing. Look at what PSG have been doing. You know, a lot of teams have managed. They've got away with kind of not having that conventional striker. You know, we've seen the likes of wing backs playing at the wing position, getting forward like wingers, and then the wingers being pushed into the middle. Look at what we saw Dumfries doing. The way he was getting forward, and pushing the wingers is more central. So looking at that, the Joao Pedro one for me, like that for me, that ideology goes if we're trying to get a really good 10. I just think it's a bit counterproductive for me. I wouldn't die on the Joao Pedro hill, especially with his injuries, especially with, for me, he doesn't score a lot of goals. He's very elegant. I think he's definitely going to score more goals at a better team.
For sure.
But is Liverpool his destination, Rants? I wouldn't be so sure, man. I wouldn't be so sure on that one, personally.
I think he's a good player, though.
He's a very good player. He's got the know-how. How old is he now? 24? He's 24 now. How old is Joao Pedro now?
Very good player, man. I don't know what his top level is, but I know that he's too good to be where he is. I know that much. Do you know what I mean?
He's 23. He's 23, you know.
Yeah, he's young, man. Do you know what I mean? That's an
23.
investment. If he signs someone like that, that's an investment still. I can't lie. These are the kind of names that Man United should be getting linked with. Obviously, we're linked with Semenyo. And when I say these are the kind of names that get you back into the European place contentions. I'm not saying that he's the guy to win you the league. I'm not saying that. But I think that the stage that we're in right now, we need to be looking at the Cunhas, the Semenyos, the Mbuemos, the Joao Pedros, the best of the rest, innit? He fits into that best of the rest category. Like the best players at the smaller clubs. So I mean, I think he's a decent player, man. Do you know what I mean? He's not at the top end of those players. I think Mbuemo and Cunha are the top end of that player. And I think that Semenyo and Joao Pedro's are towards the middle end of that tier of player, but they're still decent players, man.
That's what I think. Yeah, and just like with that comment as well, I do feel like when you want to facilitate for Salah, I also think that how much physicality do you need? Because I think if you got Wirtz, McAllister, and Gravenberch and Frimpong, I feel like the physicality in our team is a bit on the light side as well, in terms of being a nasty team. As I said, I'll get onto Szoboszlai, but I get onto Szoboszlai because
he's got qualities that do benefit the team at times in certain games.
Yeah, and I get onto Szoboszlai because I just don't think he's very good at football.
Yeah, I hear it.
But at the end of the day, I'm happy for him to still play in the team. Like, I just not in my 10. Just don't put a player who's not creative in a creative position, and then praise him for running.
Yeah.
What? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like if we was to get Florian Wirtz, would one of Gravenberch or McAllister have to sit out a few games coming against, like, for example, coming up against Newcastle's midfield? You see what I'm saying? Would you?
Yeah, to balance out the physicality.
Yeah, you know, that's probably where you would bring in a Szoboszlai. That's what I look at. Is Liverpool going back to a 4-3-3?
Yeah, but that's how I view Ugarte. I view Ugarte as the kind of player that when you're playing against your Newcastles or whatever, this is when you bring him into the team. But these are not the guys that you start with every week when you're going to have the majority of the ball, because they're counterproductive to progressive football.
It's true.
They're not those guys, man. Do you know what I mean? Let's get these likes up. Big up everyone inside. We need 500 likes, man. We got nearly 1,000 in here. At the moment, bro, only 200 likes, which is crazy. So get those up, people. Obviously, I see you lot talking about Declan Rice, bro. Nominated for Player of the Season. You know what I'm saying? This guy's probably had about 5 good games in the Premier League. But this is the importance of PR, guys. You know what I mean? A PR and a side parting. You know, the ones there, like these things, they'll get you somewhere in life, bro. Like I always say, guys, there's always that guy at work here that always looks, they know how to look busy, even when they ain't doing nothing in it.
Yeah.
Like he's perfected that.
It's an art.
You know what I'm saying? He's perfected it. You know, that looking real busy whilst doing nothing.
Was Tonali mentioned?
Bruv, I don't know if Tonali mentioned, but
he wasn't. Yeah, so
he wasn't even nominated.
No Caicedo, no Tonali, and you looking at that's bro. Donny was it.
Other midfielders have been nominated, guys. Put the list, please, in the chat of the
Morgan Gibbs White. I think I've got it here still. The list. So no, that's the young player. So it's Gravenberch, Morgan Gibbs White, Rice.
Morgan Gibbs White, brother. I might need to open a window, bro. I'm feeling lightheaded. Morgan Gibbs White.
Gibbs White, Gibbs White, Rice, and Gravenberch are the 3 midfielders. The rest, like Isak and Mbuemo, Wood, Virgil, and Salah. But out of the midfielders, those are the 3, innit? But Gibbs White and Rice is How about this?
Tonali,
Rice ain't even been the best midfielder in his team.
bruv, listen, no Caicedo or Tonali, brother. But man said Declan Rice and Morgan Gibbs White. You see what I'm saying? These man don't, brother. What?
Aye.
These man don't watch football.
Aye, it's mad. You know what's so crazy is that Rice was playing with a broken toe, out of position, got injured, come back, started to look okay between
Brother,
the
no
moment
one
that-
spoke about this Bray till he scored 2 free kicks, blood. I'll be honest.
Bro,
Before
this is
that,
it.
no one was talking about this Bray
Bro,
season.
he had like an excellent 6 weeks where it looked like Arsenal might be able to get themselves back into that title. You know that bit where Liverpool we dropped a few points, and Arsenal were starting to pile the pressure on when people weren't really talking about champs because they had PSV and that, so no one gave a fuck. Like that time, that was the time where you could see Rice was all right. Rice started to do a thing, but for the whole first half of the year, no one was talking about him. Look at Tielemans has been different. You and Yuri. Yuri, this season has been
Nottingham Forest.
unreal.
Who's the player at Nottingham Forest that was at Newcastle? The little white you.
Well, Evan Ferguson. No, not Evan Ferguson.
No, the midfielder. We've watched a few Forest games, guys, bro, and he stood out to me. He's looked decent. He's looked better than Morgan. I'm not saying he's a better player than Morgan. You know them ones, but
Come from Elliot Anderson.
I see this guy, dude. I see this guy doing jinky majinks and that, bro, for Forest. Like
Elliot Anderson's decent. He's decent.
Bro, he's doing little majinks and that. And man's telling me about Gibbs White, bro. Listen, I like Morgan Gibbs White. I think he's a decent player, innit? But bro, player of the season, are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know about
brother,
that.
When I watch Forest, he ain't even the best player on the pitch. I'll be real. Like,
I don't know about all that one, man.
I don't know. He's not been the best player on the pitch, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'll be real. Like every time I watch Forest, he looks like the best midfielder. And I don't know a lot about him. You know them ones, but he just looks quality, bro. I can't. He looks like a quality player, bro. So I can't lie. The Gibbs White thing is a shock to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
White one. I think
has he got good GA? Because when I watch him play,
I wouldn't say it's mad GA. Like his GA is what,
and that's what I'm saying. He's not, brother.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
6 goals, 8 assists. Not mad. Like it's not even like he's got like 10 and 10 and that. Like.
But you know no Yuri Tielemans, no Caicedo, no Tonali, but Morgan Gibbs White. Brother,
if I told you Madison's GA, yeah, you'd be if I told you James Madison's GA, you know what I'm saying?
Madison gets GA all the time, regardless, bro. You can't stop this guy from getting GA. The one thing about Madison, the one thing I rate about him is you could put this guy in a relegation scrap here, and you know he's delivering.
Yeah, he's delivering.
He's delivering. This is why I always said that Madison,
while not being fit as well.
That's why I said Madison's the best, bro. I've always been a big fan of Madison, bro. I tried to get him to join Man United, bro. You know, because I know he's a Man United fan, bro. Madison for me is better than Ødegaard and Bruno, and I've always said it. Bro. This Bray, yeah, no matter how the team plays, yeah, this Bray is leaving with something.
Yeah, that's how they talk about flipping Bruno, bro. That's how they talk about
Bruno. Doesn't always. He doesn't always, though. You know them ones there, like
what they saying about Bruno? 37 GA this season.
Yeah, but the thing is with Bruno, yeah, if you look at Bruno will have like a 3-month spell where man will talk him into player of the season because of 3 months. Madison consistently just fucks up the base, bro. Like he's not streaky, blood. He's not streaky.
And he's teched off, and Madison is teched off as well. He's super teched off, like with the like. I listen. I said, yeah, people want to gaslight Bruno, and like man, I'm not willing to talk at Madison's thing, but they killed me for that, and they killed me for any Madison prop this season. I've been killed.
Madison is a better technical footballer, bro. You know them ones. Like it's not just about the stats for me, bro. I need to see a bit of both, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like Madison can kick ball in a phone box, and I told you, bro, like, this is what it's about.
But even as I said, for Bruno Fernandes' season started in February. Everyone's acting like he's been doing it all year. Yeah,
but this is the point, and then this is the point I made about Declan as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's one of them ones where, it's weird. It's weird.
Morgan Gibbs White. That's crazy though. To not see Tonali there, or at least in the conversation, to not see Caicedo there or not in the conversation is very. How about this? Sounds mad, but McAllister even. Like,
but again with McAllister, it's like I think it's been not hot and cold in terms of performance wise. Is that like you get me?
I,
Sometimes
I think that's been more
I think he's
government.
I
If
think
you look
he's
at
a
McAllister,
consistent
he's like a
performer.
solid every
Yeah, I
game.
know. I think he's consistent, but the problem is, yeah, with McAllister is that like his base is like a 7.5, isn't it? So people don't talk about him when he has a 7.5. People only talk about him when he has a 9, bro. You know them ones, and this is what it is because his base is higher than a lot of other players' base. And sometimes when you have a high base level, you get overlooked. And this is what it is. And I have that same issue with Casemiro. He's got such a high base level, yeah, that like people only talk about him when he falls below it or when he's massively above it. You know them ones. When he's just playing and doing the normal thing, like no one gives man his flowers for that. Like no one. Like this is the reality, bro. When you're a player that more often than not performs at the same level all the time, people only notice when you have a drop off or when you're just blowing smoke, blood. And then otherwise, you just don't get no praise. There's been loads of players like that in football, bro. Like you only get praise for doing something shit or doing something unreal.
Their consistent level is higher than most man's level. So yeah,
That's
it's like the unsung hero thing.
Yeah, it's that. Do you know what I mean? Adam Wharton for me, he's a baller. I like Adam Wharton.
Yeah, he's crazy, man.
He's cold cute blood. This brer, you know what I like about him? He just walks everywhere. This is how I know he's a bad man. I ain't seen this brer sprint once, you know. This brer is walking around the pitch with low socks, yeah, clamping guys and just popping the ball off, bro. Like
right foot, left foot, half volley. Yeah,
bro, brer just walks around like with mad nonchalance, bro. Like with low socks in midfield. It's nasty, bro. You know what I mean? It's real nasty, bro. Like, I want him at my club, bro. I don't care how much he costs. I'll be honest, bro. We can get scammed because, bro, their man paid 100 million for Rice. So if man is saying it's 100 million or nothing, bro, I paid 100 million because he's better than Rice.
Is it mad? I think Tielemans is worth 75 million. You know,
Tielemans is a bad boy, bro. You know what it is? Yeah, that one video of him getting outrun by the referee cooked him.
Yeah.
You know what
it is. No, but he was a bit weighty. No. But the thing is, he was a bit weighty in the face them times. Like, let's be honest, he got a bit weighty.
He was, but
bro. Because remember, he was never that slow to begin with. He got a bit weighty. Listen, it happens certain places. You get a bit weighty in it. Sometimes the fat's in your face and that. I hear it, bro. Yeah. It's happened to me.
You know what it is with you? I
get a bit weighty, bro. It happens, bro.
No, but you know what it is? It's not even weight. Like there's some midfielders that just don't like running. So because they don't like running, like Kobe, because it's not that they can't run yet, it's that they don't like running. So it's like it's a combination of them not being mad athletic and also them not really wanting to do it. You know them ones. So it's because, bro, even Trent, Trent is a good athlete, bro. Like, but he just don't like, but he doesn't like running that way. So
when
it's
Trent
like,
forward,
man think he's slow.
He's a powerful runner when Trent
runs
forward.
He's slow because he don't like running the other way. It's not that he ain't got pace. It's just that I ain't got pace for that. You get? And that's what Tielemans like. Tielemans is like, yo, I got half a yard to skip past someone, but I ain't got half a yard to be getting back. Like, bro, the man just don't want to do it, bro. And people mistake.
He was
man
just
not wanting to do things and man not being able to do things.
It was just a bit of Gundogan after the international break, innit? That's all that was, man. You know what I'm saying? You know them German Turkish man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them man been on the babs and that. They be on the babs.
They're not hiding.
You know what? The I call them on the dirty kebab on a Friday, bro. It happens, bro. It happens. It's all right. Give them 1 or 2 weeks and they'll slim down. That body fat will get shredded.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Yuri for me, I'm telling you, 75 million. He's worth 75.
He's another player that, bro, he had a massive reputation before he came to England anyway, bro. Like, man knew that Yuri Tielemans was a player.
Maybe not. Actually, he's 28 now. Maybe not 75 because he's 28 now, innit? But like, probably about 50 million. I'll take it back, 50 million, innit? But the thing is, you could even look at him and go, as you said, Yuri Tielemans was getting called up to the national team when he was playing in that league. Was it Anderlecht he was playing? Who was he playing for? Who was he playing for?
I believe so.
Before he made the move.
1 second, my bro.
Go on. He was it Anderlecht before he went Monaco and that? Was it Anderlecht before he went Monaco? Yeah, it was Anderlecht. Yeah, bro. He was this is what I'm saying. So before he went Monaco, he was playing at Anderlecht and still getting call-ups. He was getting call-ups from Anderlecht, bro. You aren't understanding how crazy you have to be getting call-ups from Anderlecht and starting for the national team at that age. Bro. Man, I'm not deep in how cold this guy was. This guy was established. He was established. And the thing is, he could move. He could move. Hey, listen, Anderlecht version of Tielemans before he went to the French league, before he went League One, League R, and that's crazy. I'm telling you, it was nuts. So imagine captaining Anderlecht at 19 as well, bro. It's the levels, bro. The levels is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The levels is crazy. So for me, I feel like, yeah. And that generation of Belgian players was nuts. And I always looked at when I was younger and I was seeing Tielemans in that Belgium team, I was looking like, bro, who's this Tielemans guy? Like, he plays for Anderlecht. He's 19, and man's starting with all of these man, KDB, Lukaku, Eden Hazard, and Carrasco, and all these man, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, and all them man, bro. And like, you know what I'm saying? He was getting the only other guy I saw getting an early call up was Origi. And even he was like he'll start once or twice. I think he started in the 2014, just before Liverpool bought him. It was Origi, and I know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, no, Yuri's different, man. I was watching. I've been watching.
Baller, man.
I've watched a lot of Villa games this season, and he's the best midfielder on the pitch.
Yeah, bro, he's different, bro. And the thing is, he does everything at his own pace, and this is why when people say, "Oh, no legs in midfield," bro, it's brother, what a load of shit, blood. You know, like that. It's like, bro, no legs. Legs for what? Like, brother, why am I going on like this? If there's bare space on the pitch here to move about, it's because your tactics ain't right. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't need bare legs, bro. Like, when you watch football, football is supposed to be like short, sharp sprints, bro. You should be closing off space. If you know how to press properly, and you know how to, and especially if you got a ball orientated press, you should be able to put pressure on the ball. There shouldn't be somebody that far away from the ball at any moment.
They've not done their job.
Of course they haven't done their job. Do you know what I mean? When you see all these gaps and you see all these midfielders having to close all these gaps, it's because tactically your team's not set up properly, bro.
Because
when you're looking at Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, like who's doing all the hard yards, bro?
Yeah, none of them could really move like that. Actually, do you know what? People underestimate Iniesta's ability to move, by the way.
No, he was nippy, but again, it's ball. Barcelona's thing was ball orientated pressure.
Yeah, like there were times where their midfield would get sliced and diced, didn't it? Let's not like, because even though that was the best trio, like there were times where their midfield would get sliced, bro. Like guys like Kaka and that will just straight through the middle.
There's nothing you can do about it.
The thing is, you have to get the ball from them first, though. Right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the ball off them first. And if you don't make the most of one attack, now they're just gonna do this around you. You're not gonna see the ball. Now you're tired.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Now you're tired and you're as slow as them.
There you go. Man saying he can't run, well, the guy that said this quote couldn't run either, bro. Andrea Pirlo, bruv. And you bro, you ain't getting no change out of my brother. You know them way there. So all of this can't run, bro. Listen, man don't need to run, bro. If my team, are putting pressure on the ball, I don't need to run. I'm just stepping in and taking the ball from you. That's just all it is. All this extra run. The more running you do, the worse set up your team is. And that's a fact. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when you actually look, I think at one point in the season, Liverpool had some of the lowest running stats, but they were winning every week.
What, in 18, this season or 18?
This season under Slot.
Yeah.
They're winning every week and running less than everyone else. So, so what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? And this is the beauty. And this is the beauty of it. People think that running, equals winning, but no. Because if you're doing loads of running, that means you don't have the ball, guys. That's what it means. Because how much running are you really doing on the ball? Really? This is it. Like, he's reduced their running and he won the league.
So yeah, no, I hear it. And that's the, if you look at Jurgen Klopp and had to point out his weaknesses, you have to say sometimes, if not a lot of the time, the players are doing too much running. Too much running, and that's why too much running with not enough rotation. And remember, Liverpool's rotation decreased more as the seasons went on. At least when we won the league and when we won the Champions League, you'd see Shaqiri Like, how about I see Nathaniel Klein? Like we'd rotate like 18, 19, you'd see fringe players getting minutes. Them man would get Oxlade-Chamberlain out and when he was fit, minutes. Do you know how many games James Milner started? The man don't know how many games James Milner played, even though he was not in the first 11 for Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many games you see? Like Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Henderson was the midfield, but you'd see James Milner come in. You'd see Oxlade-Chamberlain. You'd see Naby Keita. Like we had 6 midfielders, bro, that could all play and do the same role. You're just in a slightly different. Like as I said, Keita was more the techie one. Oxlade-Chamberlain was more. I rated Ox in it. People don't know the way I rated Ox.
Hey, Ox was cold at Arsenal, bro. They just, you know what it is, yeah. When he went to Liverpool and they let him play centrally again, like Wenger turned him into a wing back. I don't know why, but Ox was teched off, bro. It's the injuries. Do you know what I mean? But he had slappers on him, bro.
That injury, he was one of the driving forces. There were times where he'd get the ball, take it past 2 midfielders.
It was that Champions League run, innit? That you lot had, and he done the
Salah, and Salah would just slap it bins. Like he was just giving Salah goals by taking 2-3 man out the game. And he had bangers. His ball striking was, bro. Has anyone seen his goal against Genk? Has anyone actually seen his goal against Genk? Half volley, Trevella, crossbarring in outside the box. Yeah, you know how good you have to be to do that. Because people don't. I don't think people know about the goal I'm talking about. You know, bro. First time Trevella outside the box, crossbarring in. First time, balls under his feet.
He was a proper player still. He was a proper player. I can't lie.
Man, he ripped off the net versus Man City multiple times. Like, nah, bro. So this is what I mean when I say that, Rants. Like, we was okay running bears when we had 6 midfielders to just go like this.
But it's not a sustainable way of playing.
It's not. Yeah, because for being
ridiculous depth.
Yeah, because if you don't have ridiculous depth, as you know, players will get tired and they'll be more lethargic. Fabinho,
and also the amount of games that they're playing now as well.
And season 4-5, the players won't be the same because we're not. And Liverpool weren't buying players a lot. We weren't buying loads of players. So, as you said, you look at Fabinho; it's cooked at 29.
Facts.
You know, it's cooked at 29. So that's why I said and the most dangerous thing, and that's why I said you look at Slot and you go cool. If you look at Klopp and you can go, what were the weaknesses and how can I change it? That's all he did. He just tweaked the weaknesses. How did I tweak the weaknesses of Jurgen Klopp? And there you go, you've got a league title. Because look how close he were to multiple league titles time and time again. Pep Roulette was a thing because his players are more fresh. Pep Roulette was actually like the science behind longevity. And we didn't have that. And if you even look at a half press, I always think a half press, Rants, is as dangerous as losing the ball in your own half.
Half press, yeah, bro. Like
half press is suicide.
You can't be half pregnant, bro. It's either you're pregnant or you ain't pregnant. When you press, it's you're all in or you're all out, bro.
This is it, bro. A half press is suicidal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that looking at the way things work and especially with these type of managers, man needs to just go one way or go the other. But we'll have to see. And I do look at players like Yuri Tielemans for me, and I feel like he could play for any team. He could play for any team and run even less just because the team will be better than Villa.
He's the kind of player that Man United need. Man United don't have an intelligent midfielder that can get their foot on the ball here, break lines and make things happen, bro. They don't have that. Do you know what I mean? Our closest thing to that is Casemiro, and Casemiro is not that kind of player, but he's intelligent enough and technically good enough to do certain aspects of that. But that's not his main game, innit? Like, I'm tired of seeing us buy runners. Edison's a good player, but he's another runner. We need a footballer in there as well.
Edison can get his foot on the ball though.
He can, but do you know what I mean? The can and him being
I just know what it is, bro. I've got PTS to do. He beat us up though, man.
No, he's proper, but I need Angel Gomez as well. Like I need another player that's just purely just tech, bro. Like, man, you get me? Man don't need just another runner. Like, he is a technically better version of Ugarte, which is great. So he replaces Ugarte in the lineup, but then I need someone else. I need someone else to interchange with Casemiro in that midfield. I need someone that's going to put their foot on the ball.
How you feeling about, obviously, because more people are starting to question that the gaffer now, innit? Obviously, I done said
I haven't noticed.
Yeah. People are starting to question the manager more. Even because I've still got a lot of Man United fans in my community that are like 50-50. Oh, you got a line. For me, it's unacceptable to not win back-to-back games over a 38-game campaign. I think that is not just a sackable offense, but that is, I'm talking about retirement. That's retirement talk. Like, everyone talks about the laughing stock used to be David Moyes.
Oh, bro, he's way worse than Moyes.
It used to be Arteta when he finished back-to-back 8th. You know, it used to be Roy Hudson, Liverpool, Roy Hudson era we don't talk about. These are apes. These are 6th, 7th, and 8th regions. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot grace a club the size of Manchester United and bring them to the depths that lie beyond hell. Yeah. You can't be here next year. I don't care if you can't be here next year. Bro, he has more losses than draws and wins.
That's crazy.
And you're talking, as I said, crack a window. As you said, crack a window. Crack a window. No back-to-back. To not have back. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. No back-to-back wins with 2 games left. I'm sorry that this is because
people still making excuses for it though.
It goes beyond banter. Because how can everyone be better than you?
But they need to bury this bread under the prison, bro. This is what I'm trying to say.
Like you know when they put the mouth guard, like they put the mouth thing over them, and they're in the and you bro, you can't, bro. Like, and the fact that you still have a chance. And I was saying this as well, like the fact that you lot could win the Europa League, it's like the Linkin Park thing. You know, when you know at the end of the film where man are dead and you can see that hand and it goes, and it twitches, it twitches, and it goes, what I've done.
Bro, I swear
this guy's
that is
given a defib because of this flipping Europa League. He's getting a defibrillate, bro.
But this is why I'm saying to guys, yeah. But this is what I'm saying to guys. It's like, bro, my worst nightmare is that we lose to Spurs. Do you know what I'm saying? And I have to listen to my brother chat shit.
No,
the reality is, yeah, bro, like if we win,
it could be
one of
like
those, we could have won the battle and lost the war, blood. Like,
lost the war. This is what I'm saying. Because if you lose now, you have nothing. Now you have to get rid. Like there's no excuses now. There's no papering over the cracks. Because you know what? Man United win trophies. You'll probably get to a cup final next year. It's in your DNA.
We will, yeah.
If you can get to a cup final and not win back-to-back games all season and be literally 16th in the league, because it don't get worse than 16th. It don't get worse than that. Then you can get to a final at any point. If you can get to a final when you're 16, you can do it anytime. So you can. I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to sacrifice things for the better.
Yeah,
you need to sacrifice things for the better. Yeah, and understanding the fact that FA Cup fucked you lot up this year. Fucked you lot up. Yeah, I guarantee if you could say, would you sacrifice that FA Cup for a pre-season and the right manager?
Of course, I said it last season. I was like, bro, we need to not win this, because if we win this, we could end up keeping him. But then a part of me was saying, you know what? Even if we win, we got to sack this bro anyway. And it turns out that they didn't.
Because bro, like we laughed at Chelsea when they finished 12th. Because for me, outside of Chelsea, but listen, with Chelsea, they're a bit of an anomaly because I've seen them go back to back. I've seen them win 2 titles and finish 10th in between. That's what I said. Chelsea don't exist.
Yeah, they don't exist. Like Chelsea, bro. Their thing's different.
They're just title 10th, or was it title champs? I don't know. It's one of them. But either way, 2 of the big 2 and the 10th place finish is insanity. That's their thing, innit? Like to go when they finished 12th, I was foot on the next sentence, bro. It was foot on the next sentence for them because I feel like it weren't getting spoken about enough. To spend that money and be 12th is obscene. But for you, man, to go and be 16th, bro, you know everyone's better than you. Yes, like everyone. Everyone's better than you. And this manager, everyone's talking about aura. Word to Lee, if you want to shag him, go shag him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But his aura's vanished now, bro. Like this bro came with a certain energy, and that energy ain't there no more. Energy's not there no more.
Nah, you lot, sorry, Tottenham are better than you lot. They might not be better than you in the final, but Tottenham are better than you.
Tottenham are better than us. Like, bro, listen, if it was just if it was both teams, yeah, with all their players available, yeah, no injuries, no nothing, I wouldn't give us a chance against Spurs. I wouldn't, but because of the injuries they've got and the fact that it's a final as well, we ain't beaten Spurs since I think 2022 or something like that.
Yeah,
but
bro,
because it's a final and they've got injuries, I expect us to win just based on our players. We've got more players that have been there, done that. Yeah, we got more players.
Centre backs, bro.
I remember.
And with the old and the new manager, they beat you both. So that's not to say you guys didn't have absences. I'm not saying that, but my point is that what I'd say is that, like, it's madness. I can't, for me, there is no reality where you can be 16th in game week 36 and tell me you deserve to have a window. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Like, it's mad to me. You can't deserve it. Like, I don't think you don't understand. People used to hear Moyes' name and get mad, you know. They used to hear Moyes' name and get mad because you man finished 7th. That was where you lot used to be. You lot used to look at 7th and throw up. That's madness. You used to look at 7th and throw up. Now you're sitting in 16th and going, oh, damn, his players. Oh, what? Come on, man. Come on. Put the NHS in the bag. Put the NHS in the bag. Stop giving this guy a free run-in. Since when did Man United give man free hits? Since when was that a thing? That 13-14 season is spoken like it's taboo. Taboo. The shit that was going on.
I didn't want to leave my house, bro. I remember that year. I didn't want to leave my house. It was so embarrassing.
This is it. But why are people like now? Man are saying, oh, 16. Man are saying, oh, 10th to 16th. It's all the same. No, it's not all the same. No, it's not all the same. All you need is back-to-back wins, and you're probably 12th. Not this season,
but the same man is saying if we win the Europa League and we get Champions League, it's the same as finishing top 4. So
no, it's not.
So it doesn't matter if we finish 16th because
if Man United win the Europa, I'll say it for free. I'm gonna be on the Arsenal banter train. But if you sit down and have an actual conversation, brother, Arsenal are gonna go back to competing next year, or at least be in and around it. You man are gonna go back to being shit and getting knocked out of the champs. Like, realistically, you know what I'm saying? The good thing you'll say about the champs is you'll be able to get Man United will attract players with or without champs. Always. With or without champs, you're gonna get your players. With or without it. Like, I'm telling you, I will never, ever, ever, ever let you guys live down a 16th place finish. You man, bro. 10 years time from now, but you finish 16th. Don't shout to me. You finish 16th. You man thought it was acceptable to finish 16th. You thought it was acceptable to finish 16th. That's not acceptable. 16th place. You think, and this is the thing, Rants. There are some United fans, they're gonna hear the whistle blowing, match day 1 next season, and they're gonna forget this year ever happened. No. Manchester United Football Club, worst ever finish is now 16th place in the Premier League era. Do you know how that is disgusting? And
well, a man think that this manager should still be here next season, and be backed.
I think it's a kink, innit? Because if you lose this much, you must like it.
Bro, it's crazy, but this is what I'm saying, bro. He needs to be backed into a corner and forced to resign, blood. That's the only backing he should be getting.
Bro, it's a kink. Those top Reds Rants in Manchester, it's a kink, bro. I think the same man that want the managers to, bro, it's a kink in it. Like, I'm about to say something mad in there. I just think man like that like watching their girl get thumped in front of them. Not physically, but you know what I'm saying. I think them man like seeing their girl get done in front of them. I'm sorry, that it's a kink, bro. It's a kink. It's a dominatrix thing. It's a dominatrix thing, bro. I can't
Nasty.
for the life of
Yeah.
me, bro. For the life of me, I can't. It's a cut thing, bro. That's mad to me, bro. He
Nah,
stepped
it's crazy.
in. He's been categorically the worst manager in the league since he's joined. Categorically, factually the worst manager. Outside of the relegation, I believe.
And they're blaming the players.
It's mad. It's real dark. And if you guys think a Europa League is gonna save your season, it's just for banter purposes only. I promise you, it's just for banter purposes. It's just for banter purposes. And when that whistle goes for match day 1 in August this year, in the new season, we will not forget. I will not forget. Make sure you do not forget that this is how bad it has gotten. The only way it gets worse is relegation. That's how scary it is. PSG have more wins than you guys against English teams in 2025, and they're not even in the league.
Bro, and I think we've only, out of all the teams that we have beat, I think only one of them wasn't in the relegation battle. Yeah.
Fulham.
So yeah, it's Pete.
And you didn't even beat Ipswich. You beat Fulham, you beat Southampton, you beat Leicester.
He drew with the Ipswich.
Yeah. I think that was Amarim's first game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Bro, minus 11 goal difference. You might have been owing the Premier League goals for 3 years. Is it on the spin now?
Yeah, it's crazy. Man ain't no res, blood. For real.
Like, I don't care how bad Ten Hag is. Ten Hag, as I said, Rants, Ten Hag was, bro, Ten Hag is one of the worst managers, yeah? And even where did he finish last season? 8th?
7th or something, I think.
This is it, bro. Oh, my days. Oh, my days.
And now we're overdrawn, my brother. Man have been in the overdraft for 3 years, you know, bro. This is the ghetto. This is what I keep trying to let man know. This is the real poverty, you know.
He broke every record with minus goal difference, was talked about like he was Satan's soldier. And the next guy is doubler. What's 8 times 2? 16. In a league where everyone says was worse. Everyone says this league was worse than last year's. Man is saying it's an easier league. How you an easier, bro? If Ten Hag is the devil, who is Amarim right now? Who is he? Who is he? Because you don't have his players. Rants. I can't lie. I don't know how you're feeling about. How are you feeling about the final? Just quickly, I know you.
I'm not confident, bro. I think we will get over the line because we just always do. That's where my optimism comes from. And luckily they've got injuries. If they're fully fit, they beat us. That's it. But I think we beat them.
You got the know-how, so I think you will probably
I think that's why we win, but not because we're better than Spurs. We're not better than Spurs. And Amarim's not better than he's not better than Postecoglou. Like, it's one of them ones where it's just bro, I'm not rating anything this manager's doing.
Bro. Like, don't get me wrong. You'll see an improvement next season, but the bottom line is, if you don't improve, you'll get relegated.
Brother, listen, man, fuck all that, bro, about improvement next season. He better not be here next season. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest. Even if we win, he needs to leave, bro. He needs to walk. He needs to walk, bro. And then he can walk and write his book and his memoirs and that and talk about how poorly run the club was and how he got snaked and how he wanted to sign Mbappe and that. Bruv, do all that shit after you win the trophy. Go off into the sunset and write these bullshit articles that fans can rub one out to. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, but just get the fuck out of it.
Rub one out to you,
yeah, bro, get the fuck out of it. They're gonna say, "Oh, see, I knew that they didn't back him all my days." Like, bro, I don't care about. Get him out of here, bro. Just win and walk, bro. That way, your ego is massaged. Do you know what I mean? You got one. You tell yourself that it wasn't your fault. You failed. Like, I don't care what it is, bro. Get out my football club,
bro. Anyone that has my club in 16, I don't give a fuck about context, bro.
Yeah, bro. Shit, coach, bro.
I don't give a why. No, bro, you're 16th, man.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Like you see the don't care attitude. I've got boys who don't care. They're Man United fans, and they're saying that I'm desensitized to
man, I'm not watching games no more. You should care.
Yeah, bro. Desensitized, bro. Man are desensitized to the losses and that. Nah, bro. Why aren't you as angry as I am? Why are you as angry as I am? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be my op. It's not just, and the thing is, it's not just Man United in 16. Liverpool would have won the title. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like, oh, at least Liverpool are crap too. No. These man just hit number 20.
Yeah, it's perfect.
A man is sitting there with minus goal difference and a possibility of going a whole 38 games without winning back-to-back. I genuinely need the numbers. I need the stats finders, the statistical, the tactical. I need all you, man, to go out there and find me the last time that was ever done by a traditional top 16. Because I don't know if it's ever been done. I think I've seen everyone win back-to-back outside the relegation teams. Who has never won back-to-back? You know what I'm saying? Who? I don't know if that's ever been done. So, yeah, man, we'll see, man. I don't know, man.
But we'll see, innit, bro? These fans need to grow up here. These men should be getting booed out the stadium, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They should be getting booed off the pitch, bro. What? Can't put 2 wins together? Brother, boo these men off the fucking park, mate. You know them ones there, especially the manager. Boo all these men out there, bro. Man, I have to let these owners know this shit ain't acceptable.
Remember when Chelsea won the Europa League? It was more about banter in Arsenal because they beat them rather than the actual trophy. You realize that? Did you not see Sarri? I think Sarri gave a toss about that Europa. He quit as well.
I swear after that.
Huh?
I swear he quit after that.
He quit. Yeah, something like that, bro. He was smoking his fag, and man, them weren't even like, man, them were just bov like, Europa League, like bov. Go free after Chelsea won in Baku. It was all about whether Eden Hazard was staying or going, and banter in Arsenal. And the manager resigned. Man, didn't care.
Man, he quit afterwards, bro. You know the one. Yeah, he quit. He resigned. Yeah,
like,
yeah, proper guy.
But this is certain man's like gold,
bro. But these man's briefing it to say, oh yeah, I'm paying for staff's families to go to the final, bro. Shut up, man. I don't care about all that. Shut up. So what if you are? You're overpaid anyway. You might as well donate that to charity. You know them way there. You're failing at your job. You don't deserve your salary. Better yet, you put it to some good use. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. All man had to do was steady the ship, man. That's all I'm saying. All he had to do was steady the ship. Because I guarantee you, even if he finished 8th or 7th, no one here will be saying Amorim out. Man, will be saying, give him his window. He gets next year, and we go from there.
It's that. Trust me, guys. I feel sick. Do you know what I mean? Just the fact that I'm processing this right now. I feel sick to my stomach, bro. 16th in the league, you know.
Bro, opposite telling you know when everyone is better than you. Like I'm talking Bournemouth, Brentford, Wolves, West Ham. Everyone's better. Everyone is better than you.
It's nasty, bro.
So when it gets to that point, as I said, it goes next season. A man can just tell you, "Shut up! You finished 16th. Don't chat to me." And what can you say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Until you get positive goal difference, don't chat to me. What can you say?
That's what I'm saying. Amorim's going to turn this club around. He has turned this club around and bent us over, bro, for his salary. You know what I mean? Bro. He has. Yeah, yes.
It's not.
You know what I mean? And it's going to, bro, and he's bending us over again. If we're going to sack him, he's going to get paid out. Imagine, yeah, bruv, what job do you ever know that you could go in, perform this badly and get paid to leave?
Bro, only this game, innit?
That's crazy, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like divorce court. You know them way there. That's what he's done to us, mate. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's come in and thought it's a win-win. I fuck up, I get paid up. I do well, I get paid in. It's just like you know what I'm saying? And also, as I said, and if he wins, he can do the mad thing and just say, one trophy, 1 season. Or you know what Ten Hag done? 2 trophies, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what man we talk about their CV, not where they actually fell. But it is what it is, man. I didn't see your game against West Ham, so I watched the Leicester thingy game. I didn't see your game,
bro. Nothing to dissect, bro. Pathetic.
Mad.
Pathetic. You know what I mean? I'm tired, guys. You know what I mean? I'm fucking tired, man. Get this guy out of here, man. So yeah, bro. It is what it is anyway, man. What you got coming up today? And guys, let me know who's live so we can redirect. MONTS has got an upload there as well. He's gonna
Yeah,
drop the link.
I've just put the upload out about 15 minutes ago. So I
So,
think
yeah, make sure you check
let's
that.
just pin the link. I'm pretty sure the link's probably in the chat now.
No,
So
you put it in
know,
the private chat, bro. Put it in the main chat.
yeah, hold on. Let me just. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust the link in the chat. Yeah, so right now I've just got my Florian Works video. I'm ready to be hurt again. So there's gonna be some shameless stuff in that video. I'll tell you that right now. It's gonna be very shameless, but it's out now. 7:30. More footy talk at the Mandem as usual. 7:30 till 9. And yeah, that's my day done. You know, that's my day done. There's no games today in it, so there's no watch along, obviously. So that means there's no match reaction. So it's more just it's more footy talk. I'll just put it on my video now. I'll just literally typing in the chat now.
Yeah, come on, put that in the chat, guys. Let me know who's live as well for the redirect. And yeah, I'm just waiting for Marv to get back to me to see if we're back here at 6, but we should be, people.
Oh, and I'm actually like 65, 67 subs away, or 66 subs away. Yeah, it's just everything just reminded me of Trent, cuz sorry, I'm 66.
Yeah, 66 subs, man. No, allow it, man. See the number 66, man's a tear in the eye in that, bro. It's crazy.
I fuck up.
I hear it, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm 66 subs away from 17K in it.
I hear it, bro. It gets like that, bro. You know the ones, bro. Listen, that's what heartbreak feels like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, start hearing certain songs and have to turn the radio over. I hear it, bro.
Bro, it's dark, bro.
Nah,
but yeah, I put it there. You lot, let's try and get that video to about 300 likes or so, man. The videos have been doing really, really well on my channel recently. Really, really well. So if you lot want to click that link, and the video is only it's like 10 minutes long, man. So it ain't gonna take too much of your time. It ain't gonna take too much of your time. So and someone subscribe to me, man. Don't leave me on 66 away. As I said, it's just reminding me, man. I'm trying to forget, innit? I'm trying to forget.
That's it, people. Do you know what I mean? So nice, it's lit, man. Big up everyone inside, man. We're gonna read Deluded. So make sure you do that. The link to MONTS' channel is in the title. You know what I mean? So make sure you go over there, show your support, man. And I'll see you guys back here at 6 o'clock.